Welcome, 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 all my astrology friends. Welcome to this fantastic reading. I hope it's gonna be a fantastic reading. It's the Mercury retrograde reading that I'm gonna do, and the sun is shining so strongly. It's making me feel like, yes, we're alive again, aren't we? I'm not gonna say we're not alive when it's winter time, but anyway, it does make a change, doesn't it? Let's get into this. This is and I tell you what, I have 61,000 subscribers at the moment. I mean, come on. This can go up. What do I need to do to get this up? No, seriously, there's not so many astrologers around. So if you like this, subscribe, like, comment, whatever you want to do, send it out, spread it out. If you like it, of course. If not, just click on it and just skip it. Anyway, back to normal, back to this reading, which is all about the Mercury retrograde. I'm going to talk about the intro is the most important. Of course it is, because there is explained in a collective way what is going on. And then I'm going to have a look at each and every sign very quickly, because it's the area of life that it's going to show you. I'm getting this question thousands of times. Where do I have to look? The ascendant? Yes, the ascendant. First and foremost, the ascendant, then the sun and the moon, but the ascendant. So if you don't know the ascendant, look it up. If you're too lazy or you don't know how to do it, ask an astrologer. Let's get to this. What is this all about, this Mercury retrograde? It's those times again. It's the times of, I'm trying to do a little bit better with the thumbnails. I'm not an expert in it, but I try to do that. And it's so funny because you have to focus so much on yourself when you're doing this. So I just made a video with like me doing this. It's so funny. It's so funny. Anyways, Aries energy is all around us, and it's a retrograde in Aries, which I truly like a lot, because they're to remember one thing out of this whole retrograde. It's remembering and reassessing something Aries like, which is all about enthusiasm, fun, sunshine, fire energy, raw fire energy, the basic, the instinct, the pioneering, the go-getter mentality, the starting, I'm not afraid, I'm going to do it. I am afraid, but I'm going to do it anyways. That kind of energy. I love Aries energy. Of course I do. My moon is in Aries, so I can't hide it. When I'm too much calm, I feel this inside of me, this Aries energy. And of course, I have it opposite Uranus. I mean, write in the comments what you think about that. Anyways, Aries is very self-centered, though. So it is time for us to be self-centered. It is time for us to be fiery, enthusiastic, just like a child. How many times haven't I heard when I was younger, especially when I was younger, you're a bit too much. I was so fired up. I was so enthusiastic and just for the smallest things. And now I'm saying, this was actually my strength, It's about this energy. On the 2nd of April, Mercury at 27 degrees of Aries, it's going backwards up until the 26th of April. Did I say April? Yes. The 2nd of April, the 26th of April, then it goes direct again at 15 degrees of Aries. Let me say first the detail, right? Why do I do this video so early? Because on the day today, my sister's birthday, by the way. Happy birthday, dear sister. If she's watching this, she's probably not, because no one of my family watches this. But anyway, that as an aside, you are watching it, right? Which, I'm liking a lot. So today, the 19th of March, it's already the shadow where this Mercury retrograde is going into. So that means the shadow period, it means it starts. So the things that are happening today, as you are looking at this, you know, from the 19th of March and onwards, it's like shadow period. It's like, yeah, we're starting to understand what this is going on, what this is all about. What are we gonna do, right? What is this all about? And it's at 15 degrees of Aries now today, the Mercury. So what is it in your world that pops up? That is going to be reassessed for sure. And then on the 2nd of April, it's at 27 degrees, you know, from today to then, 27 degrees. Then it stands still, goes backward. Well, it seems so. It goes backwards, 26, 25, up until the 26th of April. It's again at 15 degrees, and then it goes direct. So, and it's actually totally out of its shadow, which means again hitting the 27 degrees of Aries, where it went retrograde until the 14th of May. So you see, with the shadow period included, it's pretty long time to sign contracts and so on. If you can postpone it, do so before you can sign after the 22nd of April, when Mercury goes direct. Even better after the 14th of May, because then it's out of shadow. Do you need to sign a contract between the between the retrograde period? That was like, pay attention. The retrograde period between the 2nd of April and 26th of April, and you have to sign anyways. Don't bother, you know. If you really have to, you have to. I mean, you're a grown up person. You're not going to die because you're doing something, buying and writing contracts in the Mercury retrograde period. It means that it has to be like that anyways then. But what you have to keep into the mind is that you probably will have to rewrite something, redo something. And that's not a big deal, but it's annoying, to say the least, okay? So yes, this Mercury retrograde in Aries, this is all about this refreshment energy and standing still with what is it that I enjoy, what is it that I'm passionate about, what is it that I want to start new in my life, what is it that I want to be more fired up, what is it that I want to be authentic and real. You know, a child is not going to fake things, you know, unless at a very young age it already learns it to do so. But another thing is, if you remember one thing out of this whole Mercury retrograde is this sentence. It's a healing period, because this Mercury is going to hit 3 times Chiron. So Chiron is now around about, you could say, 17, 18, 19 degrees of Aries. And so Mercury is going to go over it 1, 2, 3 times. So this is a healing kind of way. And how to heal? It's in the Aries way. It's going through the pain. It's going through it. It's not stuffing it up for sure. It's by expressing it, not impressing. Don't try to impress. Like, you know, try to express. Okay, try to express. This is very Aries stuff, and yes, that might be painful in certain situations. You know, we're gonna have it on the 19th and the 21st of March. That Mercury will be with Chiron. Then the second time, the 17th and 19th of April, when it's in its retrograde mode, it's going to hit again, Mercury, the Chiron. And then on the 5th, 6th, 7th of May, again, the last time at 20 degrees, it's going to hit, Mercury is going to hit Chiron. So there's a team here. There's a team that, because you're reassessing, because you are restarting, you are going towards healing. You are going through the pain. You're not going to escape it. And that demands courage, you know. And healing is a process that it also has to do with fears, you know, going through the things that you are fearful of. And when you're doing that, then the healing process kicks in, because you have gone through it, you did it, and it's energetically giving you so much more space. Now, Aries and Mercury there and Chiron there, Mercury and Aries is about being bold, being open. You know, I'm always, when I'm doing these energies, these videos, I'm probably getting into that. I'm an empath for sure. So I'm getting into those energies. And, Mercury in Aries, it's being loud. It's being loud. It's being, acting before you think. It's speaking before you think, which is not always a good thing. But I would use it now not for that. I would use it to speak if you really got to speak, even if you know that you're going to be in pain. And but doing it anyway because you know it's going to be healing for you. So what is it for you in this life that I'm asking you a question to reassess that you need to speak of, and that when you're going to do that, it's going to be very healing for you. And it's going to be very fresh and giving you space for growth and for expansion. And Chiron in Aries is, of course, the wound about the self. It's a bit of an existential question, you could say. Having Chiron in Aries is all about, I belong here, I am here. People who are born with Chiron in Aries, they have that wounding that has to do with not being seen, with either a mom or a dad is not acknowledging them, and probably even not on purpose. I hope not. But you carry that along with you in a lifetime. And then it is often when the Chiron returns in people's chart, which is around 50 years old, that you kind of remember and say, oh, where is this wounding coming from? And actually, certainly in Aries, it's all about not taking things so personal. Aries takes everything personal. I can assure you. I I have moon with Chiron in Aries. Can you imagine? So it's but once you start getting it, and mostly it's because you're on a spiritual path that you're saying, it's not all about me. It's not all about, it's not all about they did something to you, or you can turn it around and you can say, hey, I become stronger because of this. This is the warrior energy. Remember, Aries is the warrior energy. It's the 9 of Wands. I don't even know anything about Tarot, but people will say, you do know something about Tarot, don't I? The Tarot readers are the people who know Tarot. Write in the comments if that's correct. 9 of Wands. I associate that with this Aries kind of energy. Anyway, it's really healing. It's really lovely, this energy. And in April, of course, we're in the midst of all those eclipses. So we're going to have on the 8th of April also an eclipse that is all about this. And the 8th of April is an eclipse. I'm going to do another video of this when I think next week or something. But I mentioned it in the Aries, in the April horoscopes already. The 8th of April is a North Node Aries eclipse, which is huge and amazing for new opportunities. So I think that we all have to go through some pain, or at least acknowledge it, to be able to start something refreshing and to go through growth here. And again, growth, I hope this, for me, it is my channel. I never had a focus on the channel of growing, never ever. But now I'm saying, hey, hang on, people are getting information from this, and people are enjoying this. And so I'm actually very grateful, basically. I'm very, very appreciative of the opportunity here to have a voice here for me. This having a voice, this is also Mercury, Chiron, Aries, having a voice and being heard, and that wounding of wanting to be heard. I mean, I'm so implementing this, not on purpose, but it's so channeled in a way that we all want to be heard, right? But we want to be heard by ourselves first and foremost. And then it really doesn't matter if you have 100,000 subscribers or 10,000 or 1,000. It really doesn't matter, because Aries always wants more, right? It's a very male kind of go-getters mentality, but when it's spiritual, it's that 9 of Wands. It's someone who has been growing for so much time, and that has been spiritual, and being able to giving that fire and to kind of coach other people. And Chiron is a coach First and foremost, it is the wounded healer. So we are all going through these energies. I like it. And I could go on, and I'm going to stop now and going to have a look. Where is this happening for you? Let's put this focus on, you could say, the ascendant sign. So I'm going to very quickly, the area of your life where you have to go through a little bit of pain there. But when you're doing it, you're going to feel like this strength, this and it's real, and it's raw, and it's visceral. Aries, of course, this is your first house. I'm not going to make a lot of, you Aries people out there, I handshake you, right? And this is all about you. The introduction was fully for you. So where is it that you have to go through the pain so that you can go on with your life, so that you can go on in a faster way, and you're worth it, that kind of stuff. You're worth it. Whatever it is that you want to begin and that needs to be healed, you're worth it. Reassess it. Taurus, this is in your 12th house. So where is it that you need to let go of old patterns that are no longer suiting you? You have to go through pain to acknowledge it, because otherwise you cannot let it go. You cannot understand it. When you're having a wound and you're looking at it, it's not going to heal. You have to, take care of it. And so take care of your old wounds, your hidden wounds, and be brave enough to look in the mirror and see that blind spot that needs to be addressed here. And when you do so, you're going to feel more the positivity of not only Jupiter, but also Uranus in your first house. Geminis, this is about your aspirations. This is in your 11th house. What is it when it comes to your social circle that needs to be healed? There's some pain there. Is it your social circle? Is it a particular friend that you have to have that conversation with? Or is it a new friend that is coming in, but some old friends that need to go, that are not seeing you? Are you seeing yourself? Is that it? In a group of people? Do you want to do something in groups? Do you want to be the leader of some sorts, of doing some 11th house stuff, some leaderships in groups of people, associations and whatnot? Or is it simply a new goal that you want to launch, but that is a bit painful for you because you're scared of how you're going to be seen in the group of people? Whatever it is, there is new opportunity for you, new networking, new people coming into your life that are very much aligned with you, and also new goals for yourself. You are worth it to have some new goals for sure. Cancerians, this is in the top of your chart. This has to do with either a parent or your career. So there could be something painful that you need to go through with a parent, that it's about speaking your truth to a parent and to consider them as an adult as well, to be very honest and to open. On another level, this is your career. Where is it that you need to go through so that you can start something fresh? You're at the verge of starting something new, starting something that you've always wanted to do, that you're scared of. Do it. This is your time. Leo is the 9th house. What is it that you have to go through when it comes to your mindset, that you want a new mindset? What mindset you want to talk about? Speak your truth. This is a very mental kind of energy for Leos. So speak your truth. Go travel, go read books, go to the cinema, go to a cultural event where your perspective will be enlarged, where you can have a broader perspective, learn new stuff, teach. Maybe you want to teach and you want to speak, but you're afraid, but do it. If you need to speak for a big audience, for instance, this is going, having the fear of standing in front of a bunch of people and you doing the thing. It can be something like that you have to do that for work. And when you're going to do this, it's going to be so freeing. And say it in the beginning. Say in the beginning, I'm a bit frightened here. I've never done this before, but I'm going to do it anyways. Oh, the people are going to love you. They're going to sit on the top of their chair and listen to what you've got to say. Virgos, this is happening in your 8th house. You're transforming. You're transforming. You're going into the depths of your own psyche. And you're battling those old fears and you're understanding them and they are healed. A lot of old wounds are healed with Virgos, which is amazing. On another level, it's about your worth that you're getting from other people, right? The 8th house is the value that other people give you. And it's like a new beginning. It's like, yeah, I'm worth it. I'm worth it that people listen to me. I'm worth it that people give to me. So be open to receive, because there can be a very huge gift coming your way. Librans, this is your relationships. Watch definitely part 1, the introduction. Not part 1, the introduction. Because this is all about your connections. This is all, what is it that you have to speak about, or that it probably will be that someone else is going to talk about something sensitive, but be open to it. Because if you do so, you will be healed and you will get a lot of healing out of this. And this can be the time that your relationship, it goes up a level, it gets an upgrade. Or some of you who are single will step into a new relationship, but they have to go over this last hurdle, this being scared of open communication and truthfulness. Scorpios, this is your 6th house. This is your day-to-day house. This could be healing literally. I mean, not only on a mental level, but also on a physical level. That you're going through those, if you're having a problem that has to do with your health, you could go through this last part that you have to tackle something, and that you with your mind know that it's coming from wanting to go forwards with your plan and feeling that you are worth it, basically. It's very important for you to go towards a new way of routines, a new way of how you see your health, especially with the eclipse on the 8th of April as well. So there's a lot of energy here of lifestyle, of a different life. It's so important. It's like going through, I've seen it many times when people have their, like the Mercury retrograde backwards and forwards, is thinking about your lifestyle, thinking about, I smoke too much, I eat too much, I drink too much, whatever. And it's in these moments that people can turn it around. So especially around the 26th of April, you're going to feel already the results of the hard work that you're trying to turn around. The same for work. It could mean a job that is, it's hurting your soul, so to speak, and you're going to find something else, and you're focusing on something else, and you can start something else, for sure, with this energy when it comes to work. Sagittarians, have fun, have fun, have fun. You could, with the Mercury retrograde in the 5th house, you could think about a hobby, something that brought you joy when you were a child, and that you're going to redo that. So a lot of you will start a job or go back to something. They're gonna think about something that they enjoyed. It could mean doing some sports that they haven't done in a really, really long time. When you have a child, it could mean that your child is going through a phase where it reassesses and it's going to have a new stage in their life very soon, especially on the 8th of April, so that there's a new stage in their life, but it's very fresh and it can be a bit scary because it's very unknown territory with this Aries energy. Could also mean love, that you are rethinking whether you are single or not. There could be someone coming in very soon with this eclipse, absolutely, but it's because you are rethinking your attitude towards love that you're going to attract something different now. So it could go through pain. Maybe you are healing again from an old connection that has been brought up in a way into your life, not necessarily by them standing on your door, which could be with this Mercury retrograde. But if you don't want to, you just don't open it. I mean, it's very simple. But it could simply mean that you are rethinking something and that you are reassessing and seeing it in a different perspective. And because of that, You know, the relationship that you had with a certain person, for instance. You know where it was coming from. You know that you had to go through these experiences, and now you're seeing it in another light. And that's healed. And because you're doing that, you're attracting new people. It's a very interesting energy for the Sagittarians. Capricorn, this is happening in the core of your chart. A lot of Capricorns are going to rethink where they're coming from. The fourth house is your roots. It's literally your home. So a lot of people, maybe you live in another country, and you are rethinking your roots, or you're going back to your roots. It could mean like a trip that you're going to make to visit some siblings or to visit some relatives. And it could be a bit painful there, but there's a lot of healing because you're doing a lot of conversations that you are doing now that are about healing just by talking about it. On another level, this could mean contracts with houses that you're selling and you're buying. So watch the intro when I mention those dates, when is the best to do so. I mean, the contract stuff. But it's a lot of nostalgia. I think when Mercury goes through the fourth house, it's quite often that you are looking at old pictures, and some pain could come up, from emotions that were still not processed in a way, and now you're doing it, and that's the healing. Could be as simple as that as well. Well, it's not that simple, is it? But anyway, could be that as well. Aquarians, this is your third house. So this is a really, really, really Mercury retrograde for you in the third house. So it could mean that you go back to a short trip that you once did, or going back to a study or something that you learned in the past that you're going to redo. Really be careful with everything that has to do with Mercury stuff, keys and laptops and phones and whatnot. Do a lot of backups. So be prepared that when they are not working already, right? If you have like a computer that is starting very slowly and there's do the fixing before the 2nd of April. That's why I'm doing this, that it can save you a lot of time and money. But anyways, if it happens during the time of the retrograde, then you know that it has to be like that, and that you have to renew these things and devices. Now, on another level, this is about your communication, of how you think and how you speak. And there's something that you might have said when Mercury goes direct. Watch the intro when those Mercury Chiron moments are, because these are important dates for you, where you might have said something and you hurt yourself because of that, or others, and you're going to have to look back on it and have to reassess it and how you're going to say it in another way. So it could also mean that communication comes to you and it hurts you, but there's a deeper meaning to it. Explore it, look at it, why it hurts you. It probably has to do with that Aries stuff that I was talking about in the beginning, in the introduction, which is all about your existence, which is all about I belong. I see myself. It's all about that. So there could be stuff going on with that as well. Conversations with your neighbors, siblings. There can be a reassessment here of you saying to yourself, I have to do something different here. I have to improve my communication with these people. And it's a good sign to do so. It's also another way of thinking, in a very practical way. You might not be content with the way that you think. You might say to yourself, I'm having too much negative thoughts or whatever. Now, this is the moment to heal from that. And Pisceans, this is happening in your second house. This is the house of your worth, your self-worth. So you're reassessing this. And it's also the house of your belongings and of the things that you have. I mean, from your car to your books to your clothes. So a Mercury retrograde is really saying that you are reassessing it. You have a package there of old books that you're going to sell to others, then that you're going to give away or whatever, or that guy, or no, I can't do anything with that. That's for for no one. And I'm going to throw it away. Whatever it is, it's a good time for you to kind of clean up the old stuff, and so that you can make space for new things. Right, the second house, your resources, Make space so that you can buy new resources when these eclipses are happening in this house, especially on the 8th of April, you know, a huge new, beautiful total solar eclipse happening there. So the trash, do it away. Or maybe even the things that are not trash, but that you are not using, give it away, sell it, whatever you want to do it. It's a cleanup for sure. On another level, it's your value. It's you seeing you going through it, that you do value yourself and that you need to value yourself in life and not sacrificing like so many Pisceans do. And seeing the word of that you can help others better when you are more secure, more confident. That's the beauty of it. You can even help more. And because, of course, if you're born with Piscean energy, you are here to feel those feelings of empathy and understanding and of oneness. And so it's definitely like your pain is my pain, but I restore this with this retrograde, and it's definitely on a level also of food, something that might be interesting, that you're saying, I'm cutting this out of my diet, for instance, you know, to start a new diet could be that as well. Anyway, having said that, oh yes, addressing your finances, dear Pisceans, addressing your finances. It could mean that you really are in a situation where you say, my finances are not so good, or there's a problem. Address it, but don't get, how would I say, keep on going. Don't give up because you're having this situation or whatever it is, because it shows that you're going to improve your finances. And especially when Mercury goes direct, which will be around the 26th of April. So then off you go. Your finances, because of the things that you've done, because of like reordering, strategizing, doing all these things in a different way, it's going to be more healthy. It's going to be better for you. Anyway, having said that, I wish you all the best with this Mercury retrograde. Thank you so much. I appreciate you all so much. Thank you so much for you watching, and I wish you all the best and the best of luck with all the healing that is going on with this Mercury retrograde. Bye-bye.